Why do you like to be alone? I can be myself. I never know which version of myself I am when I have to socialize. I always feel terrible afterwards and scrutinize what I said or did. I feel mentally discombobulated. When I am alone, there's no stress. I like myself more. Man, shifting personalities is such a trip. At work I'm talkative. In class I don't say a word. With my friends I'm a dumbass. With my family I'm silly. At the store I'm anxious. And when I'm alone I just feel natural. I'm not annoying anyone. In my opinion, it is nice to be alone every now and then, as it is allowing you to self-reflect and enjoy some quality time with yourself. However, in a more permanent level, I have seen it wrecking my mood and leading me to a state close to depression. Balance does the trick for me. I agree with this. Too much thinking solitude can get me in a solemn mood. Solitude is comforting. When I'm alone I don't have to be scared to be myself and I don't have to pretend I'm feeling fine all the time. This is such a good explanation. People who don't get it always wonder what introverted people do that make them enjoy solitude. Nothing. It's not about what you do when you're alone. It's about how being alone makes you feel. For me anyway, like you said, I am in a constant state of calm and peace. I don't have to think about anyone else or think about what I should say. I am just me, in the present moment, calm and self-aware and happy. You know, that's an interesting take. I've always said I like to be the cliched alone with my thoughts, but you're right. The way it feels is the real reason why I like being alone. I definitely describe it as calm and I might even go so far as saying content. Yeah, so true. I live alone and in my apartment I can do what I want, when I want, however I want. The complete freedom to have a day with no plans and then to spend that day doing as much or as little as I want. No obligations to anyone that I don't make for myself. Spending a lot of time alone is a really good way to learn a lot about who you are, without influence from other people and their opinions or perception of you. I've been living alone for over 2 years, but for the past 9 months of being single and, mostly, not dating, I've realized how much I am capable of enjoying my own company. TLDR, the freedom and amount of time I can spend focusing on myself is why I like to be alone. One of the best times I've ever had was 5 years ago when I took a solo vacation for 5 days. I didn't care one bit that it was in Chicago in January. Actually, I just considered it part of the adventure. What mattered was that it was all about me and what I felt like doing. Was there anyone to whine about getting cold and tired when I wanted to walk around the city and explore all day? Nope. Was there anyone to disagree about where to eat dinner? Nope. Anyone who didn't feel like getting up at 6 AM to walk down the street for breakfast? Nope. Anyone to judge me the day I ordered pizza and stayed in my hotel room watching TV until 3 in the afternoon? Nope. Was there anyone who cared about going there with no agenda and only a list of places I wanted to eat? Nope. There wasn't even one person who thought it was silly or dumb for talking to strangers, such as the homeless lady at Starbucks who introduced herself as Priscilla Presley. Hands down, the best thing about being alone is not having to worry about compromising with anyone else's wants or demands. I can totally relate. I took a solo vacation to Seattle back in 2018 and it's the best trip I've ever gone on for these exact reasons. Totally agree, but don't get used to it. I'm going on 8 years living alone and I've grown so comfortable that I went from some interest to absolutely no interest in dating and finding someone. I just can't be bothered. It's too easy being single. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that though. My friends are annoying sometimes. It's good to take breaks. I like to rotate around, right round, like a record, or more like a B-blade. Mine are super obnoxious sometimes. Have to tell them to shut up every once in a while. I like having multiple friend groups. My friends are complete dickheads 95% of the time. Because it's nice to be alone with your thoughts and enjoy alone time. Definitely agree. I don't feel as if I truly process new information or circumstances until I've been alone. You put into words how I didn't even know I felt. I hate the stress of having to constantly be present in mind when I'm with other people. I love being able to space out and sit in silence and just be in my own head. Being around people for extended periods of time drains me and I need a day to myself to reset. I constantly space out in public because I am the same and just don't love chatting mingling. My best friend can always tell when I'm mentally checked out and brings me back to reality. Oh, There goes gravity. Being alone with my thoughts is peaceful. It's like hanging with your closest friend, watching a game and eating pizza. No words necessary, just comfortable and relaxed. That only works or is enjoyable when your head is in a good place. All I do every day of my life for at least 15 years now is sit alone in a silent room and space out and stare at the wall or computer or muted TV and think about how lonely and horrible my life has been. It's only a matter of time before anyone cracks for real when they live that way. People are exhausting. I tend to believe all people have two gas tanks. One that can only be filled up by the company of those you truly connect with, and one that can only be filled up by time alone. And they are different sizes for different people. Indeed, as Murakami wrote, in this world, there are things you can only do alone, and things you can only do with somebody else. It's important to combine the two in just the right amount. I used to think that the worst thing in life was to end up all alone. It's not. The worst thing in life is ending up with people who make you feel all alone. In fact, I love to be alone. I never found the companion that was so companionable as solitude. Believe me, loneliness adds beauty to life. It puts a special burn on sunsets and makes night air smell better. Robin Williams. The greatest resource of the world beyond yourself is the new information it provides. Once filled with new information, it's time to digest it, arrange it, and derive new thoughts and ideas from it. That takes time. Alone, those who constantly engage with the world don't seem to give themselves the time necessary to put it all together. Their thoughts seem shallow, disjointed, and unpolished. It takes time to think things through, but also, once you have fully digested the information you have to engage with the world again to gather new information, to test theories, and to ground yourself in reality, the dichotomy of self. In fact, I love to be alone. I never found the companion that was so companionable as solitude. Damn, I feel this completely. So many people don't get it and I often struggle to find the words. But here they are. The smartest thing I ever did was learn the difference between being alone and being lonely. They are incomparable. Responsibility for other people too. At work I'm in charge of 13 a-holes that constantly do stupid shit I have to fix. At home I'm in charge of 2 kids that constantly do stupid shit I have to fix. Me time is from 9 o'clock after they're asleep, to 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock before I have to go to bed, to have enough sleep to deal with work again. Greed. My family does not understand when I get back from my retail job I must have some time alone or I'll go apesh. When the world has left me weary, and I've no more will to roam, then I leave the drab and dreary, and I trade it for my home. In the kitchen, at the table, I can build myself a smile and I find that I am able to be happy for a while. See, it's mine alone and only where I long to be, and I'm never truly lonely when I'm on my own with me. So I have to say it sweetly, though I'm sure you've said it first. I am best alone completely. Other people are the worst. It is the least stressful condition to be in. I will never understand codependent people. Being alone is the one time you can literally do what you want and completely be yourself. No one to shoot down your plans and no hearing opinions from people. Alone time is bliss. I am never, ever bored when I'm by myself. I can sit around and think, read, do the work or hobbies I love, hang with my dogs. I guess I'm not alone anymore when I'm with them, but it feels endless what I can do. With other people I'm often bored. If I'm making small talk, or just trying to engage them for politeness or kindness. I mean, I still enjoy many interactions and situations with other people, but alone wins. I do especially like hanging out with my boyfriend, but we do that together but each doing our own thing. I used to be so insecure about being alone. I was in relationships from 18-25, and even when I was single I had a companion I would spend all my time with. I couldn't imagine being alone and thought I would be a loser if someone wasn't in love with me. Insecure as hell. My last relationship ended really badly. Partly his fault, probably mostly mine. I just went into a depression and stayed in bed for months. Then as I emerged I realized I'm actually enjoying being on my own. Sure, it's nice having someone to talk about everything with, but it's so much easier, so just do the things you actually enjoy. Maybe I'm too alone now, but damn, it's effing nice being a lazy a-hole. Effing nice adopting cats like I always wanted to. Gaming and watching what I want. Not feeling pressured to have a big social life when I'm bundled with anxiety. I refuse to start dating again till I'm like minimum 30. And even then I don't think I want the crazy idea of feeling love. I want someone I actually get along with and can trust without any doubts. It's quiet. I'm not legally required to say thanks for the gold's kind strangers, but I did accidentally in this sentence, so there you go. The older I get, the more I hate ruckus. I don't even think it's an age thing. For me, it's just noisy day after noisy day adds up and I just can't take any more useless blabbing on about completely unrelated drivel. And sometimes it's all just too much. It gets to the point I can't even focus on what I'm doing no matter how important it is. I hate being the person that lashes out and disappears, but it's just too much. My favorite line from a TV show. From Buffy and spoken by Xander. I like the quiet. Human interaction is effing exhausting. Isn't that the truth? I'm always mentally and physically tired after being around others. I don't have to worry about other people. I can do whatever I want whenever I want. Right now I'm planning on getting dressed and taking a leisurely stroll through the park. Smoke a joint and get a taco. No time frame. I'll get there when I get there. I'll get back when I get back. Then I'll do whatever I want for the rest of the night. Alternatively, last time I was at my friend's and they had the radio on and it was the worst effing station around. This is why I hate the perfunctory got big plans for the weekend? Question. No, I do not have plans for the weekend. I'll sleep until I'm ready to get up. Work out when I feel like it. Maybe have an afternoon cocktail. Nap. Do some cleaning when I feel like it. Work hours are when I stick to schedule. When I'm not on an employer's time, I'm on my time and I do what I want when I feel like it. I can do whatever I want whenever I want. This is such a huge plus of being alone for people like me that are night owls. I work from home and make my own schedule, so it's not uncommon for me to sometimes stay up all night and then sleep during the day. What hath night to do with sleep? John Milton. Paradise Lost. Introversion and social anxiety make human contact a terrible experience. The shy thing is a big part of me loves and craves social interaction, but sometimes that social anxiety hits hard and I'll just feel like I can't be in the same room as other people. It hits hardest at loud parties where people are talking and interacting and there's a lot of conversations going on at once. I want to be a part of it, but sometimes I have to duck out for air, and when I'm in there I just have trouble mingling. It feels like you're trying to talk but there's like some weird danger you can't ignore and it keeps interrupting my train of thought. There's that perfect balance for me with a chill party where I am talking to like 1 or 2 or 3 people and can relax. But I feel like it's not often I get that. I do manage to force myself to go out and hang out with groups, but I know I avoid a lot more social interaction than I normally would if I didn't have that anxiety. Sometimes I'll skip out on something and just get kind of depressed that I couldn't push myself through it and just handle it, and it just feels shy staying at home. And sometimes I'll go to a party and get depressed because I want to have fun and interact but I just can't. It's a catch-22. Either stay home and hate myself for it, or go out and hate myself for not enjoying what I want to enjoy. Because I don't know how to interact with people well. I've always been that way. Would rather enjoy my own company for countless hours than be around people and feel the need to leave after a while. I am just like you, but my parents are always forcing me to stay longer than I feel comfortable and I end up hating hanging out with my friends. Any tips to hang out willingly more often? From one introvert to another, the more people involved, the less time you will feel comfortable. People are just draining on your overall energy, so to prolong your social interactions, try a smaller group of friends. Also, doing something you like to do by yourself but with a group of friends helps too, like video games or playing on your phone. Eventually you'll find friends that don't seem to be as draining, and hopefully you'll even find some that don't drain you at all. And when you find one that you actually prefer to be alone with, that's the keeper. Because I don't like small talk and I don't like loud people. I hate small talk. It's like I don't give a F about the weather or sports. And no, I don't care about how your family is. So I can fart in peace. I'm a mix between an introvert and an extrovert. I like spending time and talking to other people, but I can only recharge my energy when I am alone. So if I have to socialize for 2 to 3 days in a row, I would make an effort to spend the next day completely alone to get back into good headspace. Because I get tired from socializing. There are many more of us than people realize. Gregarious introverts. I'm a bit of a weirdo and I like being alone because I don't have to explain why I said something or did something. I feel like when I'm around people that I have to significantly tone down my personality, which can get pretty exhausting. I like to be alone with my thoughts. I am a deep thinker and like to have time to figure things out on my own. Zero drama. False. I have imaginary arguments all the time.